Good morning. I will be starting my video note off with what I think about using AI in the classroom. I think AI tools like ChatGPT and Magic School AI can be super useful if we use them in the right way. They're not a replacement for good teaching, but they can definitely help lighten the load and give us more time to actually connect with our students. I also think since AI is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon, I think we should learn how to use it instead of ignoring it, because in the long run, it can truly benefit us. Next, I will be talking about the benefits about using AI in the classroom. So the first thing that I have is I believe that it saves time. It can write lesson plans, generate ideas, and even draft parent emails in minutes. Although I do not think you should use everything that ChatGPT puts out for you word for word, I think it could be used as a useful tool for an outline to help you. It helps with different needs. You can easily adjust content for students at different levels, which is otherwise known as differentiation learning. It gets ideas flowing. When you're stuck, AI can help you think of new ways to teach something, and you never know, you can inspire somebody else around you. It can also make lessons more fun. Tools like Canva or AI video creators can help get kids creative. Support students' writing. It can give a sentence starter or help with brainstorming. Now I'll be talking about challenges about using AI in the classroom. AI is not always right. AI can give wrong info or include biased content, so we still have to double check everything that AI is giving us. Too easy to lean on. Teachers or students might rely on it too much instead of doing the thinking themselves, which can be very harmful in the long run if you lose those critical thinking skills. Tech access isn't equal. Not every student has the same tools or internet access at home. So if one student has internet access and has access to AI, they have the potential of outputting a very well done project, whereas if another student doesn't have access to AI at home, it limits them on the creativity skills that they have as in technology. And the last thing that I think is a challenge is screen overload. We don't want to add more screen time than necessary. In today's day and age, we are a very hands-on technology generation, and I believe that if we are encouraging students to use technology more, we're hindering them on going outside or interacting with their family, so we need to have a good balance. Next is how AI helps with lesson planning. AI helps lesson planning by makes quick drafts for lesson plans and materials, suggests questions or assessments based on your topics. It helps adjust materials for different learning needs, and it can offer ideas that line up with the standards. Sometimes making sure you meet every requirement can be a little bit difficult. Sometimes you fall short on one, or sometimes you fall short on multiple. So ChatGPT or Magic School AI can help catch up on the bullet points or the standards that you're lacking on. Now I'm going to be talking about the potential ethical issues with using AI in education. So the first one that I have is privacy. Some tools collect data, and teachers need to know what information is being shared. That is very important, because if you have sensitive information on a student, that website or that program can be collecting data on that, and that can be very harmful. The next thing that I have is plagiarism. Students might just copy what AI writes unless we teach them otherwise. Like I mentioned earlier, I said that you shouldn't copy what AI uses word for word. You can use it as an outline, but it's not good to copy it. And it also just hinders your writing skills. The third thing that I have is a bias. AI isn't neutral, even though everybody likes to say that it is. Unfortunately, it is not neutral. It can repeat stereotypes if we're not careful. And lastly, being clear about it. Students and families should know when you're using AI and why. It's not something that we should take lightly, and if we're not crediting where we're using things, it can become very harmful. Some tools that I'd like to try is Magic School's AI's IEP and modification tools. Those could really save time and make sure that I am following a student's IEP correctly, because sometimes I may do something that I did not know is not following their IEP correctly, and it can harm the student. ChatGPT for coming up with writing prompts or lesson ideas. Canva's design tools for creative creative student projects. And then the last thing that I have is Common Sense Media's AI lessons to help students understand how to use these tools in the right way. Lastly, I will be talking about how I'd keep a balance in using AI in my own teaching skills. So for the first thing is I'd use AI to prep and not to teach. It helps me plan better, but it's still my job to connect with students, and AI cannot do that for me. The next thing is I'd be honest with my students about what AI can and cannot do. If I am going to be using it, they should know how to use it and how to use it properly and keep them safe. The third thing is I'd keep checking in with them to make sure they're thinking for themselves and not letting ChatGPT or any AI system think for them. And the last thing is I'd use AI as a support tool and not just as a shortcut.